So I might have figured out why prophecies are so cryptic and confusing all of the time. Okay, so as you're aware, we are three-dimensional beings. We exist in three spatial dimensions, and we perceive a fourth dimension, time, but we only perceive it linearly. We remember the past, we don't remember the future. We come from the past, go towards the future. We cannot go back in time. We can only move forwards in time, and we can only move forwards in time at a regular rate. A fourth dimensional being should be able to perceive and move through the fourth dimension like we would through the other three dimensions. The problem with that is when you're trying to see a certain distance into the future or into the past, you tend to miss the context of what is occurring. You can see events happening, yes, but the lead up to those events is what causes any kind of vision of the future to be vague. So like, imagine you're reading a book. You start at one point in the book, can be any point, from the beginning to the middle, and you try to read the book. You read page by page. You understand the characters, you understand the situation, you understand the story as it develops. So, of course, you could flip to the next few chapters ahead, and you could see what happens to your characters in the future. But if you haven't read enough of the book, and if you haven't seen enough of the events unfolding beforehand, you won't understand the context for that. If you don't know what the turning point is, if you don't know what the inciting incident is, if you don't know who the characters are, then it won't make sense to see them interacting towards the end of the book or at the final confrontation. So for instance, if I were trying to see the future for you, I could say something along the lines of, you will meet a woman in red at a dance at the ballroom, and you will be looking for someone who's trying to assassinate you. Well, okay, but there's a whole lot of context that we're missing from that. I don't know who this woman in red is. It could be literally anybody. I don't know who's trying to kill you or why they're trying to kill you. I don't know which ballroom you're in. I mean, think of how many dance rooms or ballrooms there are in existence. Could literally be anywhere. And I don't know how far in the future this would be for you. It could be tomorrow, it could be 10 years, it could be 100 years from now. And it may not even be you. It may be someone else entirely. The fact is, without the context to give that moment meaning, it just comes across as vague and cryptic and mysterious. So that's why prophecies or visions like that are always so vague and confusing. Whoever is seeing it is missing the context. You might be able to get a glimpse or have a guess as to what's going on, but without giving it time to progress, without letting yourself read the rest of the book, you won't be able to understand what the ending means. Or at least that's the way I understand it right now. I honestly just kind of mused this at random, so this is just shower thoughts basically accumulating in my mind. But yeah, go ahead and let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm reading this drastically wrong, or if maybe there's some inkling of consistency in what I'm saying. But yeah,